welcome back to the Feisty Ferret business. I know it's been a little moment since I posted on this channel because life's been hectic, life's been not so great, but I'm back with the boys who are not doing too well in this heat, bless them. So today's video is going to be, speaking of, about dealing with the heat with ferrets. So for those of you who don't know, ferrets aren't really heat animals. Like, you get some animals that thrive with heat, but ferrets are not one of them. And they are susceptible to heat stroke, just like many other mammals like dogs and stuff. And here in the UK, we are in the middle of a heat wave. There's going to be several, and temperatures are meant to reach 37 degrees Celsius next week, and higher in some parts of the UK. So I thought now is a good time to do a video about how to beat the heat when it comes to ferrets, how to keep them cool and hydrated and all that jazz. And a lot of these are pretty basic tips, but I thought just to compile a list for future reference, and let me know if you've got any extra tips down below. But we'll get started. So first things first is, if possible, keep windows open. If you have free roaming ferrets, then obviously this isn't a really good option because ferrets will figure out how to get out. But if you have them out part of the day, then while they're not out and in their cage, you can open a window just to let fresh air in. Which is what I do. I keep my window wide open, and then when it's time for them to come out, I'll close it back up because they will get out and hunt down the mice in the local area. But again, a really simple way just to, one, keep the smell down, especially in the heat, but also circulate fresh air and keep them cool. Speaking of keeping cool and circulating fresh air, you're not going to be able to see this in it. I've got a little fan going on right now. It's just a little one, about big, plugged in. And again, that just helps circulate fresh air, and when they are getting too hot, they will come and sit by it and just cool off. And it's also really good for me because it's hot in here. Hey Pierre, do you like the fan? But yeah, so it's really nice for them to just cool off if they need to. You can have really big ones on throughout the day just to circulate air, or you can have just little ones on and off. You can have one facing the cage. It's up to you really, but fans you can usually get pretty cheap at some hardware stores or home stores. So have a look, so you can get a couple. I've had mine for a couple of years, so it's good for when it gets hot like this. Number 3 is cool pads. So you'll often find these in the dog section because dogs tend to need more. I do have one somewhere, but I can't for the life of me find it. But it's usually these sort of rectangular cool gel pads that you can put them in the fridge to cool them down even more, but they're usually pretty cool anyway. And you put them, you can put them in the cage with the ferrets, or you can put them out, and it essentially is what sounds like a nice cool gel pad for them to lie on if it does get really, really hot. Hey Balthazar, what are you up to? What are you up to? But yeah, I can't find mine, so I might have to buy another one. But you usually find these in the dog section, in general pet stores, or even in home stores like Wilco's. And yeah, you can put them in the fridge to make them extra cool, but they'll be nice and cool anyway, so it's up to you really. Similarly, there's also creating cool spots around the room. So again, if you have free roaming ferrets, or if you have a room dedicated to your ferrets like I do, having designated spots are purposely nice and cool. So for example, look at the shape of my just knocked over my fan. With the shape of my room, there's a bit that's always in the shade, and they'll go there if it's getting too hot. They also have a cupboard with a bunch of their bedding that Balthazar will climb in there and go to sleep because he gets tired when it's hot. You don't. No, you don't, do you? Yeah, Balthazar will do that. But there's also a little area behind the vivarium and cupboard that's nice and shady, so it'll go there. I've got the pet carriers in the corner, which I keep them open now because they will crawl in there if they want. And I've got the mini cat tree. Again, just a lot of little hidey holes and spaces for them to clamber into if it gets too hot. The obvious point is to have water out all the time, you know, because they will drink a lot of water. Guys, calm down. It's dusty back there. Yeah, have water out all the time, keep them topped up throughout the day, even if you think, oh, we should have run out, or oh, we'll be okay for a couple hours, keep them topped up. If possible, do keep the temperature of the room. If you've got a thermostat or thermometer or whatever, just keep an eye on it, because it can rise quicker and without you realising. Calm down, guys. If they are partially in a cage, partially free roam, give them more free roam time, because that gives them a chance to find their areas to cool off, whereas in a cage they usually just, even though it's not stuffy, like it can feel more stuffy for ferrets. A couple of things to look out for when it comes to heat is that it can make your ferrets more irritable, can make them more sleepy. These are not usually signs of concern, or not things to be concerned about. Like Pierre does get more irritable, he gets a bit more bitey. Balthazar gets sleepy, he will find the cupboard and will just go to sleep in it. But it's not usually an area of concern unless they are displaying additional signs of heat stroke, which you can find articles about that linked below. Usually the same as in dogs, you know. If they are drowsy and lethargic, if they're panting, all red flags. And if you suspect your ferret is showing signs of heat stroke, go to the vet immediately. It is an emergency, because ferrets, like dogs and other animals, can die very quickly from these complications. So do not waste any time. The moment you think something's wrong, take them to the vet. Let me see, I think that might be about it. Oh, some people put tiles in the cages, because tiles are you know, nice and cold, so if it's slate tile or ceramic tile. Some people put those in like the corner of the cage. Personally, I wouldn't do that, because like, no, my boys, they just shit over it. But guys, calm down. But yeah, so that's a couple of different ways. Yeah, sorry this video's been a bit all over the place. Guys, Balthazar, I've been dealing with some stuff. I haven't had time to sit down and do a video, but I will do more videos now, and I hope that you found some information in this video to help. Yeah, so just keep an eye on your ferrets during heat waves. A lot of stuff is just obvious, you know, give them space to cool down, give them water, you know, it's all very obvious stuff, but just in case, keep an eye on your boys and girls, and you know, they should be alright, shouldn't they? Is your brother Weasel dancing at the fan? Yeah, he is, isn't he? Alright, well that's goodbye from us. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!